Microsoft just bet $2.5 billion that enterprises don't need better AI tools, they actually need better AI engineers. Meanwhile, Anthropic's Claude Sonnet 5 is delivering Opus-level reasoning at Sonnet prices, and the FTC just made a move that could make your AI safety filters legally risky if you don't disclose them. Today, we're unpacking what these shifts mean for you, the builder, in practical terms. No BS AI briefing brought to you by Proactive AI. Welcome back, I'm your host Vikash Sharma, and this is where builders get straightforward AI news without the fluff. Alright, let's dive in. We've got some high signal items that could genuinely change how you approach building with AI. First up, Microsoft is forming a frontier company for enterprise AI deployments. This is a big one. On July 2nd, TechCrunch reported that Microsoft announced Microsoft Frontier Company, backed by a staggering $2.5 billion commitment and a team of 6,000 experts. In plain English, this isn't just a new consulting division. Microsoft is mobilizing a massive internal force to deliver outcome-focused enterprise AI solutions, leveraging their Azure OpenAI service and Copilot. For builders, this signals a significant shift from just selling you AI tools to actually selling AI outcomes. It creates a new, very direct channel for large-scale AI integration into big enterprises, and it aims to reduce the friction that many companies have faced trying to get AI projects past the pilot stage. Are we seeing the birth of a new kind of AI systems integrator? Next, we've got some exciting news from Anthropic. They've shipped Claude Sonnet 5 with a 1 million token context window, all at Sonnet pricing. Make Community shared this update on July 2nd. So what happened? Claude Sonnet 5 is designed to offer Opus-level reasoning capabilities, but with an enormous 1,000 token context window, all while maintaining the speed and cost efficiency of the Sonnet-tier. That's huge. Plus, and this is important for some users, the US restrictions on Claude Fable 5 were lifted, restoring its availability. For builders, this means you can now tackle incredibly complex multi-step tasks and enable sophisticated agentic workflows without breaking the bank. Think about processing entire code bases, long legal documents, or years of customer interactions in a single prompt. That kind of long context, cost-efficient reasoning capability clarifies choices for deploying these powerful models. Also, Google Cloud is adding AlloyDB AI functions with what they claim are major cost cuts. According to the Google Cloud blog on July 2nd, new generally available functions like AI summarize, AI summarize, and I analyze sentiment are now baked directly into AlloyDB. And get this, alongside features like smart batching and optimized proxies, they're reporting up to a 6,000x cost reduction and a staggering 23,000x performance gain. Now, those numbers are pretty wild, and we always need to be a bit skeptical of headline numbers, but even a fraction of that is transformative. What does this mean for you? It enables real-time AI inference directly within your SQL queries. No more moving data around, no more complex API orchestrations, just AI functions where your data lives. This is incredibly powerful for high-volume analytics, data-driven automation, and building responsive applications where latency and data egress costs are critical concerns. Moving on, DataRobot is extending its AI governance capabilities to on-premises and air-gapped environments. DataRobot announced this on July 2nd, stating that their governance platform now covers not just cloud deployments, but also on-premises, edge devices, and even air-gapped setups. It's integrated with their DataRobot Agent Workforce platform and has been validated on hardware like Dell and cloud environments like Nebius. Why should builders care? Well, for companies in highly regulated industries or those with strict data sovereignty requirements, this is a big deal. It means you can deploy AI agents and models in secure, disconnected environments while still maintaining consistent auditability, compliance, and control. This reduces public cloud lock-in and truly enables sovereign AI solutions that meet stringent security and regulatory needs. And finally, a regulatory item that could impact everyone building with AI. The FTC is seeking comments on AI chatbot ideological bias policy. PIMNs reported on July 2nd that the Federal Trade Commission has put out a request for comment. They're proposing that steering AI to produce ideologically motivated distortions without disclosing it, presumably, could be considered an unfair or deceptive practice under Section 5 of their Act. The comment period closes July 31st, 2026. For builders, this isn't just about political bias, it broadens to any undisclosed steering or filtering. This move significantly heightens the legal risk for companies whose models might be perceived as biased or manipulative due to unstated design choices. Transparency is about to become absolutely essential, especially as we navigate conflicting state and federal pressures around AI content and behavior. You need to know how your models are being steered. Alright, for our deep dive today, I want to zoom in on that first story, Microsoft's Frontier company and its $2.5 billion commitment to outcome-focused enterprise AI. So, what exactly happened? Microsoft just created a new dedicated entity, the Microsoft Frontier company, backed by an enormous $2.5 billion investment and staffed with 6,000 experts. Their mission isn't just to sell more Azure OpenAI credits or Copilot licenses, it's to partner with large enterprises and deliver concrete, measurable business outcomes using AI. This isn't your traditional software vendor model. It's about embedding deep engineering expertise to solve specific high-value problems. Why does this matter right now? Well, for the last couple of years, many large enterprises have been stuck in pilot purgatory with AI. They love the idea, they've run some proofs of concept, but translating that into scaled, measurable business value has been tough. Microsoft clearly sees this gap and is stepping in to fill it. This move suggests that the biggest barrier to enterprise AI adoption isn't the models themselves or even the underlying infrastructure. It's the implementation expertise required to achieve real business impact. This could very well accelerate the widespread deployment of AI in large organizations by making it easier for them to consume. Now, who should really care about this? Founders of AI startups, especially those targeting the enterprise, need to pay close attention. Microsoft is essentially becoming a super-powered systems integrator for its own stack. You'll either need to carve out incredibly narrow end-to-end problems that Microsoft won't touch, or you'll need to figure out how to become a valuable substrate, a component, a tool, an API that the Frontier company uses in its deployments. Don't try to outcompete their services arm on their own turf unless you have a truly differentiated full stack solution. Product managers in enterprise tech should recognize that this will shift customer expectations. Clients will increasingly demand not just features but guaranteed outcomes. This means PMs need to think beyond product roadmaps and consider the entire customer journey, including deployment and value realization. How can your product fit into an outcome-driven deployment model rather than just being a standalone tool? The engineering leaders who are within large enterprises should definitely care. This move doesn't mean you need fewer engineers. It means you'll need more specialized engineering talent, particularly those who can collaborate effectively with external partners and understand how to integrate these solutions into existing complex systems. It also might mean access to resources you couldn't staff yourself. Even though indie hackers out there should note this trend. While you might not be selling to the Fortune 500 directly, this is a clear signal that the value is moving up the stack from pure models to integrated solutions. Can you build an incredibly focused vertical solution that demonstrates clear ROI in a specific niche? How I'd think about this as a builder myself, this feels a bit like the early days of cloud computing, where companies realized they needed specialized expertise to migrate and optimize their workloads, leading to the rise of cloud consulting firms. Microsoft is essentially nationalizing or internalizing that consulting layer for AI. My mental model here is to consider whether I'm building a pick and shovel company for the AI gold rush, or if I'm trying to be one of the gold miners. If you're a miner, you'd better have a very unique claim, or you'll be competing with a very well-funded, well-staffed operation. For any startup, the opportunity is to build the enabling technology that even a behemoth like Frontier company might want to use, or to tackle problems too niche, too complex, or too vertical specific for their broad mandate. My Nobiest take: while it's a services play rather than a groundbreaking new AI capability, this move is strategically brilliant for Microsoft. It addresses the real bottleneck in enterprise AI adoption. It's a genuine flywheel that will undoubtedly increase Azure and Copilot consumption by proving out outcome driven wins. It's not just marketing, it's a direct business model adjustment to capture more value from the AI wave by taking on more responsibility for its success in client hands. If you want one practical takeaway from today's episode, here it is: audit your AI system for undisclosed steering in light of the FTC's comments. With the FTC explicitly looking into ideological bias and potential deception under Section 5, transparency around how your AI behaves isn't just good practice, it's becoming a legal imperative. Here's how to try it in under 30 minutes. 1. List system prompts and filters. Go through your AI application, whether it's an internal tool or a customer facing product, and compile a list of all explicit system prompts, guardrails, safety filters, content moderation rules, and implicit constraints that guide the AI's output. Think about anything that shapes its behavior beyond the user's direct input. 2. Assess user surprise. For each item on that list, ask yourself, would a reasonable user of our product be surprised if they knew this filter or steering mechanism was in place, influencing the AI's response? If the answer is yes or even maybe, mark it for further review. 3. Consider disclosure. For anything you've marked, brainstorm how you could transparently disclose this to the user without overwhelming them. This isn't about revealing proprietary algorithms, but about managing expectations and being honest about how the AI operates. Does it need a tooltip, a link to a transparency page, or a clear statement in your terms of service? This specific experiment is worth your time right now because the regulatory landscape is rapidly hardening. Proactively identifying and addressing potential undisclosed steering can significantly reduce your legal exposure and build trust with your users, especially as conflicting state and federal regulations around AI content and bias start to emerge. Don't wait for a complaint to figure this out. That's it for today's Nobius AI briefing. If this helped, follow the show in your podcast app and share it with one builder you know. And if you've got questions or topics you want covered, connect with me on LinkedIn and send them over. See you in the next briefing.